Hello, how are you? This is an unusual zoom in angle. Okay, but I want you to see my skin and how it looks now. I don't really have any makeup on, I just have a gloss on. And it's so hot in here, so I'm kind of a little bit oily. So this is how my skin looks after a very stressful 2 months because of my finals. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I was so stressed, and now I'm on my period. So this is how my skin is looking, kind of at its worst, I can say, because I have a little bit of breakouts, but nothing really major as I was before, thank Jesus Christ. This is the most asked question, like, do you get breakouts after Accutane, or what happens? I'm still breaking out, not as major as I used to. When I'm so stressed, when I'm on my period, or I will get my period, or when I try a product that doesn't work out with my skin, I get a pimple here and there, but nothing as I used to. As you know, I don't know if you watched my Accutane experience and what happened. I'm gonna link it in the description box if you want to check it out and know more about my skin and my Accutane experience. But I used to get a lot of acne and huge pimples, especially here and here, which is like all over my face. But now, as you can see, I do have a little bit, especially on this side that you can see it, a little bit of acne in here as well. And I'm starting to get a little bit of those tiny pimples here on my forehead, which I think will go hopefully soon. But yeah, if you're worried about getting acne after Accutane, in my experience, I didn't get the acne I used to get before. I'm getting tiny breakouts here and there, but nothing major. Mostly my skin is clear and I'm able to go out without any makeup on, which is so great because I always used to be so insecure about my skin. I always had to at least put some concealer on my acne and on my, you know, dark circles to hide them so I don't look like so tired or something. Now I am a little bit tired because, as I told you, I wasn't sleeping much and I was so stressed because of my finals. But now that I'm done with my finals, I think my skin will start looking better, hopefully. I was asked to do this update, and now I think it's 7 months or 8 months, I'm not really sure, after Accutane. And well, this is my experience and everything that happened when I stopped Accutane. So I still had dry skin up to 2 months after Accutane. I was so afraid that I would still have very dry skin because of Accutane and very dry patches all over my skin. I was like, I stopped Accutane, like why am I not getting my oils back? And I think it depends on the person. So I started getting my oils back into my skin 2 months after Accutane, and now my skin is normal. It can sometimes tend to go to a drier skin, sometimes to an oilier skin, but it's mostly, I think, in between. It's normal. It's not as oily as it used to, but it's not dry as well as when I was on Accutane. And I think now when you're on Accutane, your pores are kind of very small because you don't have oils in them, but now of course they are larger. I don't know if you can actually tell or see, a little bit larger, nothing that major, but that's a good thing because I'm getting my oils back. For my body as well, it's the same thing. I don't think my body is too dry. I think it's normal. Yeah, I think it's normal. I'm trying to touch my body to see, well, is it normal? What is happening? Is it dry? But I do have eczema on my hands, which makes them dry. But that doesn't have anything to do with Accutane. I had eczema way before I was on Accutane. And if you look at my face, I do have some discoloration in this area. I always had it. I think that's rosacea or something. My skin is very sensitive, so I think that is why I do have this discoloration. It doesn't have to do with Accutane at all. So for my skincare, I try to use as many simple ingredients as possible. I'm trying not to be harsh on my skin still to this day. I'm trying to limit myself to a good cleanser, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen. That's I think most of what I'm using. And I added tretinoin like 3 months after Accutane. Of course, when I started using tretinoin, I did get some dry patches because my skin is adjusting to tretinoin, which is very normal. Even if you have oily skin, you will get that. It doesn't have to do with Accutane. And I think that did improve my skin texture and how my skin looks, and maybe with some breakouts I had. And I do use some benzoyl peroxide when I do get a little bit of acne on my face as like a skin spot treatment at night, and I think that really helped. Those are the stuff that I used to use even before I was on Accutane, so I know that my skin doesn't really react that badly to it. Talking about dryness, I did have a very dry scalp and dry hair. Of course, that is very normal when you start on Accutane. You mostly don't really have to wash your hair because your hair is dry and it doesn't get a lot of oils. Before Accutane, I had very oily hair. I had to wash it like every other day. And when I was on Accutane, I didn't have oils in my hair. I could go like a week without washing my hair, which was good because I wasn't used to it, and that was great to me because I didn't have to wash my hair that often. But at the same time, I think that caused a lot of hair loss, and I was so afraid because I was getting like chunks of hair out, and I was afraid of going bald. I was crying about it as well because I was like so confused, like why am I losing that much hair? Like, is it gonna grow back or what is happening? Am I gonna go bald? Because I do have like very thin hair, if you can see, and if I lost more hair, I was like, I can see my scalp now. And I did, you know, start to see my scalp, especially in this area right here, when I was on Accutane, because I was losing a ton of hair. But now I think I started noticing a lot of hair oils coming back to my scalp a month and a half after I stopped Accutane. And now my scalp is as oily as it was before, which is, you know, it's not bad because I'm getting more hair growth. But it is bad because I have to wash it every other day or every day, which I hate. I don't really like that. But I am happy that, you know, my hair now is healthier than how it was when I was on Accutane. I don't know if you can notice anything, but I do have a lot of baby hair, and that indicates that, well, I'm getting my hair back, which is great. I'm noticing a lot of more volume in my hair. I think a lot of people do lose their hair when they're on Accutane. This is very normal. And yeah, it does grow back if you're worried about that. It depends on the person, of course, but in my experience, it did grow back. And I think that took many months after Accutane. And as I said, it started getting oily as it was before, a month and a half after I stopped taking Accutane. Now, when I'm putting makeup on, when I used to be on Accutane, I didn't have to put powder and set my face because it used to be so dry. But now, as my skin now is normal, it's not too dry, it's not too oily, I have to set it, especially on my under eyes because it does crease, and I do notice a little bit of oils, but I'm not really wearing that much makeup anymore. But yeah, I do get some oils. Not as bad as it used to be before maybe, but I do have to set it with powder. A lot of people wait up to a year to get laser hair treatments, like to remove hair permanently. I started getting my laser hair removal treatments for my armpits, I think 4 months after I stopped taking Accutane, and I didn't notice any negative side effects, which is amazing. I didn't get burned, and it wasn't like very extra painful. It went pretty normal. Something as well, a lot of laser treatments here. I did get my LASIK eye surgery, and I know that a lot of people do experience a lot of eye dryness when they're on Accutane, because Accutane does dry out everything from head to toe. So your eyes, your skin, your hair, everything, even your body and your organs inside, which is awful. I always used to take care of my eyes even before I was on Accutane, because I was a contact lens wearer. because, you know, I had bad eyesight and I didn't want to wear glasses all the time. So I would switch between both of these. And so I always used to put eye drops. Even on Accutane, I used to put like 3 or 4 eye drops each day to make sure that I do hydrate my eyes and they don't really go very dry, because I know that even contact lenses alone by themselves do dry out your eyes. So imagine if I was wearing contact lenses and I'm on Accutane, that would be so awful. So I tried as much as possible not to wear my contact lenses. I think I was trying to just limit them to 2 uses a week, and that worked well to me personally. And I was able to get my LASIK eye surgery. Even now, after my eye laser surgery, I am not really experiencing dryness. Of course, they are drier than how it used to before, which is pretty normal after the LASIK eye surgery. But yeah, I was eligible to go to the procedure and get that surgery, and now I'm not even experiencing that much of a side effects because I took good care of my eyes and I try as much as possible to use eye drops to hydrate them. So if you are wearing contact lenses, if you want to get LASIK eye surgery, try as much as possible to take care of your eyes, put eye drops, limit your contact lens wear, and I think you'll be fine, hopefully. I mean, it depends on the person. I can't really talk to many people and tell you, well, this is exactly how you'll experience and what will happen, and after 2 months you'll be able to do this and that. But I'm just talking from my experience. This is what worked for me, and hopefully it does for you as well if you want to get the surgery. I did say in my Accutane experience video that I got a lot of back pain and joint pain, and thank God that didn't continue. Now I start going to the gym like 5 days a week and heavy weightlifting, and I'm not experiencing any side effects from that. I don't think I have back pain or joint pain anymore. Of course, I do get that back pain from time to time, but I don't think it's something usual to me. I think it went back to normal and how it was before. I did say as well that I think Accutane did affect my mental health a little bit, but the thing is, I was going through a very hard time. Not just because of Accutane. Maybe Accutane was a part of it, I'm not really sure. So I can't really say, well, after I stopped Accutane, something happened and a big shift happened, because there were many stuff. So maybe, but I did notice that after I stopped taking Accutane, like in a few months, like my mental health improved and I started to be a little bit more positive and work on myself more. And I did notice a big shift, but I don't know if that's because of Accutane, many other factors. I'm not really sure, but I am, of course, now in a way better place than how I was when I was on Accutane. So basically, after all of this rambling, I don't think I have any bad side effects for now. Hopefully I won't get any of the bad side effects later on, but for now, this is my experience. Everything is going back to normal, everything is great. I'm not really getting that many breakouts. I'm more confident with my skin. I am going out without wearing makeup. I think most of the days I'm not really wearing any makeup at all. I just wear makeup when I want to film and that's it, which wasn't the case before Accutane or when I was on Accutane, because I always wanted to hide my acne and skin. And now if I get like a pimple here and there, it is okay because it's just one pimple. It's not like my whole face. I did have like some back acne when I was on Accutane or before I started on Accutane, and now they didn't come back again, which is amazing. I mean, I didn't have like a lot of it, but I did have like a few acne on my back. After all, it was pretty positive. Tell me in the comments down below, what did you think? Tell me about your experiences. If you stopped taking Accutane, what happened? What did you experience? If you're thinking about going on Accutane. When I posted that video, or when I was talking about Accutane in previous videos, a lot of people were trying to scare me off and tell me, well, you will die. You will slowly die. Like after 5 years, you will die. You will get like whatever diseases and you will look old and you will... I was like, You know, like, you don't need to say any of that, especially now that I can't really go back in time and change the fact that I was on Accutane. So that won't help me, and that won't help any other people, and that won't say anything. And it didn't really affect me. So why do you want to do this? Like, that really put me in a very bad mental health, because I was thinking like I am actually hurting myself, you know, and that, you know, like I won't look good, or like my health will be very awful and bad, and something awful will happen to me. Like, what will happen? Like, am I killing myself slowly? Like, you know, so I was really like in a very bad mood. And now that I'm noticing everything great and going back to normal and how we used to, and now my skin isn't very dry, like my skin is normal now, I'm getting my oils back, I don't have bad side effects. I'm like, you know, those people are just there to put you down because they're afraid to go on Accutane, and they saw you and Accutane and they didn't like that. I went on Accutane for myself and not for anyone else. So thank you very much. I don't really understand people. Don't scare people off Accutane. Come on, Jesus. Because if you got those comments and messages from people, and like not people I know, like strangers from the internet. If there were people I know, I'll say, well, maybe they're scared and they want to help me. But those strangers, they don't want to help me. They don't even know me. So they go on in my DMs and try to scare me off. And I'm like, I already took Accutane. I can't go back in time and not take it. You know, so stop scaring me, okay? Thank you, Jesus. I went through a lot. Thank you. I don't need that negativity. So if you're going, or if you have, you know, if you're in the same boat as me, I'm reassuring you, it's all fine, okay? At least for now, it's all fine. And was it worth it? Would I go back and not take Accutane? No, because now I think I feel so much better about myself. I am way more confident in my skin, and I can go out without makeup and without thinking that I look awful, even though acne doesn't make anyone awful. But I wasn't feeling great about myself, especially that I had acne since I was 15, 16 years old, till I was 21 years old, and I had enough of it. I didn't want to cover my face up with any makeup, and I think it was worth it. Now I am great, I am happy, and thank you, Jesus. Go back, go back. If you want to comment anything awful, thank you. I don't want to hear you comment. Keep it to yourself. Anyway, I hope I helped you and I answered some of your questions. If you have more questions, then with the comments down below. I'll try to answer as many questions as possible. And if I got too many questions, maybe I'll do another video about it. It depends on how you respond to the video. Anyway, if you like this video, please put thumbs up, subscribe for new videos, notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And I hope you have a nice day and week, and goodbye.